Hello everyone and welcome to SOLUTRANS, the show for industrial vehicles. Bonjour à tous, nous sommes à SOLUTRANS, le salon du véhicule industriel et urbain. Cette émission sera exceptionnellement en anglais, so this will be in English, no worries. And I'm together with a co-founder of Volta Trucks, Kjell Walöen. Hello, Kjell.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
Very nice to have you here. So we're going to talk about Volta Trucks. Can I say, is it the first full electric truck builder?
I think we're the first purpose-built truck builder for electric trucks. So we are starting building next year, but with the prototype you see in the background is a groundbreaking design, which will be very different from the electric trucks that the OEMs are bringing out these days.
So we are going to show the design afterwards, but first let's talk about the success. We can already talk about success of Volta Trucks. You started not long ago, actually, I think 2 years ago?
Yeah, slightly more than 2 years. The company was established. We built the demonstrator during the first year, and the last year now we have recruited people. So last Christmas we were 10 people, now we're 200, and soon it will be 400.
Which is quite a performance given the situation, the sanitary situation.
Yeah, the reaction, response both from also from engineers that we recruited is very positive. Everybody is really keen on working on something different and something they feel adds value to the society. So we had long lines of people wanting to work for us. So no, it's been, but of course, it takes a lot of effort to recruit people, but we've been quite successful so far.
So it's we were saying it was groundbreaking. It's a groundbreaking truck in many regards. Actually, you mentioned the design. We're going to show it afterwards, but it's the first 16-ton full electric truck that has been built. So your goal is sustainable mobility in city centers.
Correct. There are other 16-ton trucks out there, electric trucks, but they are mainly designed around we replace a diesel engine with an electric powertrain. So we have designed it like we took inspiration from Tesla when they started developing their vehicles, where they said, well, how would you do it if you start from scratch? And this is what we've done. So we have designed the whole cabin based on that there is an electric propulsion, that there's no powertrain at all underneath the cabin. So that has enabled us to do a lot of important changes in the how the truck is designed.
And you're going to to produce in Europe. You have signed an agreement with Steyr.
That's correct. In order to get to market quickly, we decided not to build our own plant because to just build a building and hire the people takes too long. So we were lucky to find a available plant that could do a contract manufacturing for us. So we are working with them right now to establish the production lines. And the first vehicle will roll off their assembly line in middle of next year.
So you were mentioning the design, so we're going to show it closer. It's really striking because it looks like a bit of a bus. And is it on purpose?
Well, I think a bus looks like it because it can. The driver sits low and has a good, lots of visibility around them. Trucks are typically higher. The trucks are typically you're sitting higher because you have a powertrain, the engine underneath the cab. So what we wanted to do was to see the truck we have made is mainly built for urban distribution, meaning it has a lot of commonality with the bus. And it's with an urban distribution, you typically step in and out of the bus of the vehicle several times a day. So you don't want to be climbing up high. That's one thing. And the other thing is that by sitting low in the center, you can also very easily exit on the pavement side, which makes it very convenient for the driver who's jumping out on the pavement and going around to deliver the parts. Also, by sitting in the center, you have a very good surround view with the glass, as you can see, with the huge windshield and the side doors. You can see the pedestrians and bikers coming up on the side much better than in a regular truck.
Yeah, it's great. So it's really designed for city centers.
It's designed for city centers, and the design, as you can see, is very modern. It's like a next generation truck, I would say, minimalistic and very it's a modern look and feel, and as you can see, a very high tech type of environment for the driver, which I think will be quite important in attracting the next generation drivers. We would like, to the ergonomic and the tech feeling that you have with everything in this truck to attract new drivers, and also be simple enough to keep the existing drivers.
You mentioned Tesla earlier, and it looks like a Tesla truck actually inside.
Yeah, I think in many ways you could say that, but also it's got very much a Scandinavian touch and feel, and it's going to be very focused on using recycled materials and sustainability. I mean, the sustainability today is more than just electric. That is a qualifier. Now, I think we have a focus on using other sustainable materials, but also I think maybe the biggest differentiator is our huge focus on safety. So we are aiming for this to be the safest truck on the road, with the car-like ADAS systems and the support systems for the driver, which will be in the level of any car, passenger car.
What strikes me is the width of the truck. You have 3 seats inside, and it's very roomy. How do you plan to get into historic cities? With small streets and narrow streets.
Yeah, I think in Europe it's not the main issue. I think in fact, we believe it is perhaps even easier because it has the cabin has the same width as the box. So you need to be able to fit the box anyway. So by this you can see how much space you have directly next to you. And I think the way the 2 passenger seats is as a demonstration right now. Many drive alone or maybe 1 passenger seat. And then we will have other modular solutions on the other side. So you can have whatever storage solutions required. So that is coming as we approach production. We will have all these modular solutions for the interior here. But I think as we understand, a lot of drivers are actually driving alone, and it's helpful to be. It's not so much that you need to be having the 2 seats, but it's that you'd like to be in the center because it's very easy to jump out on both sides.
So the Volta Zero, which is its name, zero stands for zero emission. It's a full electric truck. Can you tell us about the energy you use?
Yeah, we're using lithium batteries, the NMC batteries, where it's a modern type of battery, typically used for passenger cars. There are other solutions, but this is what we have now, after long investigation, concluded that the batteries that we're now sourcing from Proterra in the US is very well fitted for our truck. They can actually fit in the middle of the truck between the chassis frames, chassis rails, which means that on this one, as you can see, this is a prototype, and now we have found a new better solution. So there's no batteries on the side. So there's 100% collision protection, because if you drive into this, you will never be able to touch reach the batteries. So on the sides, which frees up space on the sides for refrigeration units and other auxiliary units. Also, we have no drive shaft, because we have the motor is placed on the rear axle, and so it's very short between the battery to the driving unit, which is further improving efficiency.
What is the range of the battery?
So I think the range is typically, we have 2 sets of setups. So you have 2 or 3 batteries. It's either 150 or 225 kilowatt hours, which would typically give you somewhere around, we say it should be at least 180 kilometers. We will provide a lot of them with the refrigeration. That's typically what we do with the Petit Forestier, of course. And then we will use the battery, the same battery as we use for driving, we also use for the cooling. So that's why we have put a bigger option of batteries for to be able to cover the range, even if you use the batteries for the cooling.
And who are you targeting?
We are, as mentioned, typical customer is a fleet of who operates trucks for distribution from distribution centers into businesses in the cities. That's typically the way we do it. And a typical customer will then have a fleet where they drive around take the goods from the distribution center and drive it to various customers in the city. Typically, it's a one tour, and they come back so the range is enough to drive for a full day in the city and then come back and charge again.
So your solution is a last mile solution, actually.
It's last mile or second to last mile. I think in the future, we expect to see even more and more micro distribution. So there will be micro centers, distribution centers, where there will be bikes and very small distribution to the final customer for e-commerce, etc. Our vehicle is well suited to fill up these micro distribution centers or to businesses. So anyway, so that's the function. But then in terms of market, we are going to major cities to start with. So it's one thing is we have a very ambitious plan. We have been given reasons to be ambitious, and then we will now make sure that to meet the customers' expectations, we will make sure that they always have the best service as well, that they're happy not only with the vehicle but also with the service. So we plan to be best in class also in service. We only sell the vehicle in the cities where we have established our service centers, and we service customers around that. And so we roll out the service together with the market.
What about update? Are you planning, like Tesla, to have softwares inside the truck and have a remote update of the system?
Absolutely, yes. That's a core to this type of vehicle. All updates will be over the air, and it's a very modern solution. We have a super, very, very high-class engineers working on the software, and we are very optimistic about being actually on the forefront on that area as well.
So I think you already have thousands, even more than this, of pre-orders. Where are you selling?
So launch market is Paris and London. That's what we had decided all the way from the beginning. But during this last year, we have been traveling around and showing the vehicles, and we have extended that. So we are also starting almost at the same time in Madrid, Milano, and Berlin, and Hamburg most likely, and Randstad in the Netherlands area. So but we do this, as I said, we focus on quality so that we don't sell the vehicle or give the vehicle to somebody before we are sure that we have the service system set up around them. We also intend to provide a truck as a service offer so that the people can, where we provide the vehicle for a fixed monthly price, and then we take care of everything, including maintenance, service, insurance, etc., and the financing of the vehicle. So I think we see often that, particularly by going from combustion engines to electric, some people are reluctant because they don't have the competence, they don't know how to maintain, etc. That's one thing. Also, the truck is more expensive to acquire, but it's cheaper to run afterwards. So sometimes it's good for companies to have it as a truck as a service. It's a fixed price. So you bake in the monthly cost directly from the beginning.
So it's a 360 company. You cover all aspects of the trucks, actually.
Yeah, that's a good name actually. Yeah, truck as a service is a 360 thing, so it will enable people to, and also I think obviously we are a startup, so some people will be concerned this is a startup to be trusted, etc. Well, there is no risk if you have it as a truck as a service, because whatever happens, they haven't committed more than what they paid the last month. So, but I think the main thing for driving that part is that people like to have convenience when it's less maintenance, but still for this we will find a new customer who doesn't have any workshop. They don't have any spare parts center. They don't have we will also provide the box, the cargo box, which is then to be maintained and provided by us. So the big overhead organization at the customers will actually be obsolete when they start this model.
So you're a startup, you're going full electric, you're offering service, you have softwares in the truck. So I wish you to become the Swedish Tesla.
Thank you. I think maybe Tesla will be the passenger car truck of the passenger car Volta.
Thanks a lot, Kjell. Bye-bye.